Hi children, today we are going to learn about number line. So when you heard the word number line, what comes into your mind? Numbers in a line. Yes, we are going to talk about numbers in a line. So have you seen any objects that have numbers in a line? So if you take the first object, that is a thermometer. If you take the second object, it's a weight scaler. In both, we can see that there are numbers on the line. So the easiest object that we can take is the ruler, because everybody has a ruler now. Take your ruler out and observe carefully. You can see the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10 or more, right? So these numbers are whole numbers. And what can you tell about the gap in between numbers? The gap is same, right? So now let's look at how to draw the number line. The first thing you need to do is draw a line. Everybody draw a line. And then you have to start by marking a number. So here I'm going to mark the number 0. And then you need to mark another number. If you mark 2, that's fine. Then you can mark another number. So here I'm going to mark the next number as 1, right? And then we know the gap in between these two numbers is 1. Then the entire the gap in between entire consecutive numbers is 1. So we can mark 2, 3, 4. And in number line, when you are drawing a number line, it is must to draw the arrowhead to represent that there are several more numbers similar to this gap, right? And now let's look at how to represent numbers in the number line. If you want to represent the number 1, it is represented by a dot. And if you want to represent the number 4, it is represented by a dot. Here I have used 2 blue dots for 1 and 4. Okay. So I hope you understand the number line. We talk about how to draw the number line and how to start the number line and what is the gap in between the number lines, and also about the arrowhead. You need to put the arrowhead to show that there are several more numbers similar to this way. Okay. Let's look at this example. A number line which can be used to represent the temperature in Celsius in several cities is given below. They have started from 0 and their gap is 8. You can see that the difference between 0 and 8 is 8. So the gap is 8. Okay, and they have used the same gap to mark the next coming numbers on this arrow line. Number line, and the temperature in city A is 12 degrees in Celsius, city B 8, city C 4, city D 10. So we need to mark the dots on each number. For city A, we need to find out the 12 because we need to mark the 12 for city A. So you need to find the 12. 12 is in between 8 and 16. You need to mark that point to represent the temperature in city A. Similarly, for city B, you need to find 8 and mark. For city C, you need to find 4. 4 is in between 0 and 8. Put a dot for the 4 and that is for city C. Similarly, for city D, you need to find the 10, the number 10 for city D. Okay. Okay, take your time and understand the number line and do this exercise. Then you will learn more and we can discuss the answers in coming video. Now let's look at how to represent the negative numbers on the number line. So the first thing you need to do is draw a line, and as we did previously, represent some numbers. Draw some numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 or whatever you like and put the arrowhead, and then consider the gap in between these two numbers. Here my gap is 1, so you need to mark the numbers left to the 0 because we represent negative numbers in left to the 0. So take the same gap to represent the first minus number. What is the first minus number left to the 0? That is minus 1. So we represent minus 1. And what is the next negative number that we should mark on this number line? Next to the minus 1 or left to the minus 1. That is number 2. Similarly, we can mark all the negative numbers and then we can put the arrowhead to tell that there are several more negative numbers to this direction and there are several more negative numbers to positive direction, and all these are whole numbers. All the numbers that we represented are whole numbers, and there are positive numbers, negative numbers, and keep in mind that 0 is not negative or not positive. Right? I hope you understand this. Let's move on to example. On a certain day, the minimum temperature in degrees Celsius in several cities around the world was as follows. Moscow -12, Tokyo 3, Peking -4, and London is -3. We need to represent these temperatures on the number line. So for Moscow, we need to find out the -12 on the number line and then put a dot there. And for Tokyo, we need to find out the number 3 on the number line and then put a dot there and color it. And remember to color the dot, right? And for Peking, find the number 4 and color the dot. Likewise, we can represent the numbers on the number line. And we have another exercise to do. Take your time and do the exercise. Now let's look at how to do integer comparison. So there are two symbols we use to represent the comparison: greater than sign and the less than sign. So these greater than or less than sign are also called as inequality signs, because if you compare the same number, you know that the same number means those two numbers are equal. So here we do the unequal numbers. So that is why we call these as inequality signs. Look at this. Look at this example. 5, 2. Here we read this as 5 is greater than 2. In the left side we have 5 and the right side we have 2. In left side, the left, you know that the left number is larger than the right number, and in this symbol there's an open mouth for the larger number. So then you know that the side which has open mouth is large, so we read it as greater than. 5 is greater than 2. And look at the next one, 2 and 5. Here also we do not have the open mouth for the left side, so that we read as less than. So 2 is less than 5. Okay, understood? Okay. Now let's look at the number line given, and here I have marked the dots for 2, 4, 5 and 9. So let's take two numbers. I would like to take 4 and 9. So if you take 4 and 9, you know that 4 is less than 9. If I take 5 and 2, I want to first point out 5. Then I want to read as 5 is greater than 2. Okay. So here's another example. Compare the numbers minus 4 and 1. So you need to compare minus 4 and 1. Which is greater, which is less than, which is, smaller number. You know that the numbers left to the 0 are all minus numbers, and those are smaller than the positive numbers. So here we have a negative number and the positive number. You know that negative number is less than the positive number. So we need to mark minus 4 less than sign and then 1. Minus 4 less than sign and 1. Right? If you want to write the number 1 first, then number 1 is greater than minus 4. Fill in the following blanks using a suitable number from 6, 11 and 13. Here you can see that we need to compare 11 to 6 and 13. So 11 is always less than 13. So we write 11 less than 13. 11 greater than 6. 11 equals to 11. And there is another exercise for us. Do the exercise, take your time. Don't be hurried to do this. Take your time and do, then you will understand this concept very well. Now let's compare more than 2 numbers. If you want to compare more than 2 numbers, you can use that comparison symbol, and also, or else you can use ascending order or descending order. Ascending order means we write the numbers in the increasing order. Descending order means we write the numbers in decreasing order. If we write a number and then the next number should be less than the first number, and the next number should be less than the number that is left to that number. So that is how we write the descending order and the ascending order. Okay, we have another example, another exercise. So do this as well, and then we can discuss the answers in coming video. And next we have to find the integers between non-consecutive numbers. That means you are given two numbers on the number line, and you need to find out what are the numbers, what are the whole numbers in between those two numbers. So it is not difficult. If I given the -4 and 1, so the easiest way to find out is you can mark -4 and -1 by dots, colored dots in the number line, and then you know that what are the numbers in between those two numbers by looking at this number line. Mark those two numbers and write all the numbers in between those numbers. In between -4 and 1 we have -3, -2, -1. In between 0 and -5. So I'm going to mark 5 here and 0 here. And what are the numbers in between? -4, -3, -2, -1. Likewise, you can you can easily find out the numbers in between by marking the numbers on the number line. And there is another example. There is another exercise that you can do. Alright, we have learned the number line, how to draw the number line, what are the essential parts of the number line. We need to mark the whole numbers, and we need to put the arrowheads, and there are negative numbers, positive numbers, and 0 is in between negative and positive numbers. And we understood that how to compare the integers using ascending order. Compare the integers or the whole numbers by using the comparison signs. What are the comparison signs we use? The comparison signs are the less than sign and the greater than sign, and also these signs or the symbols are called inequality signs. And we also can compare the integers by using ascending order or descending order. And also we could find out numbers in between non-consecutive numbers. Alright. Thank you very much. We'll meet again similar to this kind of video.